Hey guys, Evan Rourke here, back in our video, and today we're going to be doing a figure review on the Bandai Manda 2004 figure. Now, this is one of the first two figures I'm going to be reviewing that are from my birthday. I got a handful of birthday figures. I'm going to be reviewing them throughout the month of May, June. Very, very light chance that it'll pour into July because I don't know if I have that many to review, but definitely pouring into the rest of this month and in June. So this is one of the first few figures I got on my birthday. Very happy to have this. Probably one of my favorite of the ones that I got because it is now the second Manda figure I have. Really, I consider it to be the best one that I have because the other one being the Singular Point Manda is from Singular Point, which, you know, as much as I of course consider that to be Godzilla content, you know, I'm happy to have one that's from a real Godzilla movie. Would be cool to have the show Manda, but hopefully we'll get there someday. Anyway, in regards to this is a very, very good figure. So let's get straight into the pros. So when it comes to the pro with this guy, easily the best part about this figure is the paint job. And no need to go into specifics of which paints are booming colors. I'm pretty sure it's obvious here. The main color, the bluish greenish color, which covers up the top of his entire body, is booming in itself. It is a booming, nice blue, not too bright, not too dark, just the perfect consistency of, again, being a booming color. Got some really nice red booming colors inside the mouth. Really nice, good booming colors for the golden eyes. I wouldn't argue the underbelly is a booming color. It's more of kind of a tan shade. But if it was any more orange, I would say it was booming, but I wouldn't go as far as saying this is booming. But everything else is certainly booming on this. So again, paint job on this is very good, allows it to stand out, and is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Let's get into the next thing about this figure. So the next thing I like about this figure is the detail. Now, the detail is slightly above average. I mean, there isn't so much stuff to say about it because, let's be honest here, it is kind of a snake, and it's not exactly a detailed figure like Aggregate Destroyer. But as I was saying, this figure is pretty good when it comes to detail. Let's be honest here, the scales on the underbelly are done very, very nicely. Love these kind of linear lines they make, little slashes. I also love how there are scales on the top part of the figure that go really across the entire body. Of course, the scales are very much tiny and even more in detail when it comes to the arms, which I think is really cool. Facial detail is pretty good. We got a good idea of his nose, his horns, the mini horns that go across his eyes. Teeth are pretty nice. So yeah, detail is very good. Now let's get into the cons of this figure. So when it comes to the cons of this figure, there are two major cons and one nitpick. So let's get into the major con. The major con is articulation. As you guys know, I did not mention articulation, and that's because articulation is not good on this figure at all. There is literally only one joint of articulation, and that it would be right here. Now, the thing that's so annoying about this, and again, this goes into my whole spiel about how much I hate glue seals, you would look at this figure and say, gee, this could have had so many more joints of articulation. I think it is, because here's one, right? Nope, this is a glue seal. And his head individually here also looks like a joint, but it is a glue seal. That makes two extra joints that still wouldn't have made articulation a pro, but at least wouldn't have made it this much of a con. We also could have had articulation with the mini arms here, probably the two hind legs here by having them move up and down. So again, a lot of missed opportunities. This figure could have had as many as 5 or 6 articulated joints, making articulation a pro and even a slightly above average pro. But nope, we only got literally one joint of articulation in this. The next con with this figure is the position that it's in anytime you place it. So pretty much the way it stands. Now, the problem with this figure is that the head and the chin go so low that it kind of messes with the figure's ability to stand upright. So literally the chin of this figure is preventing the arms from actually laying its hand on the ground, which would have made it look normal. But this is completely not normal. The chin is what's making this stand upright. So the fact that we got that, plus the hind legs literally just connecting to the same level of height as the tail rather than it being lower, kind of like how these two arms are lower, is also really annoying. The final nitpick con does go into the paint job, but I didn't want to make a paint job the con because of this. I still think paint job is generally good, but as we can see here, I don't really like how there's this weird contrast between these yellow spines, which then suddenly transform back into the blue. If you want them to go back into the blue, it could have been better color grading, better shading. I don't know why that happens with more than enough Bandai figures where the spines kind of just lead to a sudden blue, rather than the color being from this to then going suddenly to this. I think it's just too much of a sudden change, and I kind of think that that's weird and not really done well as far as shading is concerned. So in general, I would rate this figure 7.8 out of 10. Oddly enough, it's one of those figures that I really do like, despite admittedly having a lot of issues. I still have a lot of respect for it, just because I don't have any Manda figures. Would recommend getting this, but prices are going to go up because a lot of the figures that I got this year for my birthday were Movie Monster series, the newer ones, and now they're going up in price. So if you want this, Best you get it now before it can go up to $50 or $60 within the next year. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.